We'll now begin section 10.5 and discuss conventional loans. When purchasing a home, buyers usually seek a mortgage from a bank or other lending institution. The two most popular types of mortgage loans available today are the conventional loan and the adjustable rate loan. The major difference between the two is that the interest rate for a conventional loan is fixed, whereas the interest rate for a variable rate loan or adjustable rate loan may change every period. We're first going to look at an example for a conventional loan. Suppose the Browns' gross monthly income is $72.50. Okay, so as we go through this, we want to talk about these terms. Gross monthly income means income before any deductions have been made. So their gross monthly income is $72.50, and they have 23 remaining monthly payments of $225 on their car loan, 17 remaining monthly payments of $175 on their daughter's orthodontic braces, and 11 remaining monthly payments of $45 on a loan used to purchase new furniture. The property tax and homeowner's insurance on the house they wish to buy are $165 and $115 per month, respectively. Their bank will approve a loan that has a total monthly mortgage payment of principal, interest, property taxes, and homeowner's insurance that is less than or equal to 28% of their adjusted monthly income. So adjusted monthly income is found by taking your gross monthly income and subtracting any monthly debt payments with more than 10 monthly payments remaining. So let's keep that in mind as we look at Part A of the problem. Part A asks us to determine 28% of the Browns' adjusted monthly income. So in order to do this, we're going to take their gross monthly income and the problem tells us that the gross monthly income is $7,250. And we're going to subtract any monthly debt payment where they have more than 10 months remaining. So let's look back at our problem. So we're going to subtract the $225 for the car, the $175 for the braces, the $45 for the furniture loan. And note that all three of these payments have more than 10 months remaining on the life of their loans. All right, so we're going to subtract the $225. All right, the $225 is for the car. We're going to subtract the $175, which is for the braces. And we're going to subtract the $45 for the furniture. All right, so when we do that, we're going to get $6,805. Which is their adjusted monthly income. Now, we want to take 28% of that adjusted monthly income. So in order to do that, we're going to write the 28% as a decimal. So we'll write it as 0.28. And we're going to multiply by that adjusted monthly income. So 0.28 times 6805 gives me $1,905.40. So this is the answer to Part A. Part A is asking for 28% of the Browns' adjusted monthly income. So we first calculate the monthly income and then multiply it by 0.28. Okay, so let's move on to Part B. Part B tells us that the Browns want a 30-year, $211,650 mortgage. If the interest rate is 7%, determine the total monthly house payment, including principal, interest, property taxes, and homeowners insurance for this mortgage. Okay, so there are two ways that we can calculate a monthly house payment, and we're going to look at both of them in this problem. One of those is using this table that we have shown on the screen. All right, this is table 10.4, which is located in your textbook. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to note that this table gives us the monthly principal and interest payment per $1,000 of mortgage. Okay, so that's important. So what I need to do first is I need to figure out if they're going to borrow $211,650, I need to figure out how many thousands of mortgage that is. So I'm going to divide this by 1,000. Okay, simply because that is how the table is set up. The table is set up per 1,000. So we need to figure out how many thousands they're borrowing. So when we do that division, we're going to get $211.65. Next, we're going to use our table to determine the value that we'll use in our calculation. So we know that the interest rate is 7%, so we're going to find that row. And we know that they are looking for a 30-year mortgage, and so we'll find that column. And intersecting those two, we'll find this value of 6.65302. So this is the monthly principal and interest per 1,000. Remember that we have 211.65 thousandths. So we need to multiply those two numbers together to get our monthly payment. So I'm going to take this 6.65302 and multiply it by the number of thousands that we're borrowing. And that gives me, rounding to two decimal places, $1,408.11. Now, keep in mind that this is the principal and the interest. We still need to add on the property taxes and the homeowner's insurance. So remember, in our original problem, the property taxes were $165 and the insurance was $115. So we're going to add those on. So we'll add on the 165 and we're going to add on the 115, bringing the total monthly payment to $1,688.11. All right, so Part C asks us, do the Browns qualify for the mortgage? So remember that in Part A that we determined that 28% of the Browns' adjusted monthly income was, let's go back and look, $1,905.40. So $1,905.40 was 28% of their adjusted monthly income. And then in part B, we determined that their monthly payment was going to be $1688.11. And remember that if the monthly payment is more than 28% of the adjusted monthly income, then the bank will not make the loan. But because their total monthly house payment of $1688.11 is less than the 28% of their adjusted monthly income, the Browns would qualify for the mortgage. And so we can answer yes to this question. Okay, so for our last part, remember that we said a minute ago that we could calculate the monthly payment either using the table like we did here, or we could use a formula. And so let's look at the formula. This last part of the problem says use the principal and interest payment formula. We learned that formula in the last section to calculate the Browns' monthly principal and interest payment. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug our numbers in. We know that the principal of the mortgage, and we're going to have to go back and get some of these values. The principal of the mortgage that they are seeking is $211,650. All right, so let's put that in, $211,650. We know that the interest rate of the loan is 7%, so we're going to put that in as 0.07, and they'll be making monthly payments, so we'll put in a 12 for the N. On the bottom, we're going to add the same values, so the interest rate again, 0.07, the N value will be 12, raising that to the negative 12 times 30, because we're looking at a 30-year loan. Now, we're going to go to our calculator and do some of these calculations. On the top, I'm going to enter the $211,650, and then in parentheses, the 0.07 divided by 12. And that should give me 1234.625 for the top. All right, for the bottom, I'm going to go ahead and do the calculations inside the parentheses. So 1 plus 0.07 divided by 12. And I'm going to try to carry these out as long as I can. 1.0058333. We'll stop it there. And then we're raising it to the negative 12 times 30. So we're raising it to the negative 360th power. Okay, if we continue with our calculation in the denominator, we're going to say 1 minus, and in parentheses, 1.0058333 raised to the negative 360th power. Okay, so that is going to give me for the denominator 0.8767. 9. All right, and we'll leave it right there, and then we'll do our final division. So 1,234.625 divided by 0.87679 is going to give me 1408. And I get 0.11939, which I would round to 12 cents. All right, and so that would be their monthly principal and interest payment. It should be the same as what we come up with from the table. We'll go back and check. Yes, and we're just slightly off on the cents there, just simply for rounding issues. But you can see that the table or the formula does give you approximately the same answer.